Now, what else could we enable that a normal company might enable? PowerShell. So let's look up how we can enable script block logging, because that's going to be another one. So let's see, enable script block logging PowerShell. And that is a mouthful. Don't try to say it 10 times fast. You might fumble on your words. We could probably do this in the registry, which is fine. Again, I definitely encourage you, if you are making crazy changes to your system and you want to play around, do it in a VM. So we'll just find it by hand here, see if we can get to it. So HKLM software. So let's see. HKLM is HKey local machine. So if you ever see HKLM, this is what it's talking about here, HKey local machine. It's just one of your hives here. And then we want to go to software. Then we want to go down to policies, Microsoft, Windows. It's not even in here, really. Now, the interesting thing that we have to deal with is that home isn't the same as professional. So sometimes there's going to be a disconnect between the two. And also Windows versions are different as well. So this could be, they could change the paths and stuff in depending on the Windows version. So right click, Windows folder, select new key. Let's do that, new key, name it PowerShell. So this is where we could run into danger, right? Is when we start playing around with this stuff. All right, key, and we're going to name it script block logging. And now we're going to, and what does it say? New D word, bit value, name the value, and set it to 1. All right, so make sure this is spelled correctly. We're going to create a new value. What does it say? D word 32. We're going to name it enable script block logging, and we're going to set it to 1. So 1's probably like just a Boolean value. So let's pop up in PowerShell real quick, and we'll do a console write. I think is there a write host? That's what we want. I was trying to remember what the lingo is. Write host. Hi. All right. So it's saying we should have logs now if we did it correctly. So we're going to go to event viewer. All right. So now that my computer is kind of loaded, we should potentially be able to see our logs, but I don't see the ones I expect to see. So they might be further down here. Let's see. PowerShell. Let's see if they're here instead. Ah, here we go. So this is where they are. This is what we're looking for here, the 4104. So this is script block logging. This is exactly what we're looking for. Actually, let me show you what's in these real quick. So this is what we're looking at in these 4104s, folks. So you'll notice that there's some pretty similar fields to what we would expect in process creation logs. The big field we really want to pay attention to are this script block text. So this one doesn't have a lot of good stuff in it. Let's see if we can find one. So this is what we did. So remember I just did write host hi. So this tells us exactly what's running in the PowerShell console. That's why it's so powerful. And it also, fun fact, if you did any encoding, right, you executed an encoded command, you're going to see the decoded command in here. So whenever you see a PowerShell command that's like PowerShell -inc, ENC, this will show you the decoded portion of that. So it's just base64 encoding. So it'll base64 decode it for you, and you can see it that way. So all those phishing things we see out there where they're having a user execute PowerShell, we're going to be able to see it in these logs. That's why they're so powerful. Lots of stuff takes advantage of PowerShell.